What's up, everyone? It's your boy Frankie from Mob Kings and Infamous Rats. And it's our first live, so I'm going to keep it short and simple. It's the ultimate betrayal, is what we're going to call this one. And has to deal with Sammy the Bull Gravano and John Gotti. How many of y'all think that Sammy the Bull Gravano had the right to flip on John Gotti? Just because he had heard those tapes. If you're a real street guy, you take care of things in the street manner, not no flipping the page and turning informant. What about the other 20 guys that didn't say nothing about you on tape, Sammy? What you gonna say about that? So let's keep it 100. Really deep down inside, you knew what those tapes meant. Those tapes were to plan your execution because you had got caught lying to John one too many times. And that's the problem. You were starting to get greedy. You thought Gotti wouldn't be able to catch on, but he did. And it's pretty sad how you can get away with killing a child and John Gleason, the federal prosecutor, buries it because they all know that if you would have gotten the witness stand and them knowing that you had murdered a child, no one was going to convict John Gotti. Not only that, Sammy, you get your stories twisted all the time. From the last time I checked, you were just a concierge of a crime family, never the underboss. It's in the it's in the photos, it's in the rank and files, it's in the FBI paperwork. You're only the underboss when it benefits you. Not only that, but all the murders that happened in the Gambino crime family all benefited you. You want to sit there and say that you and John were attached to the hip. Basically, what you were doing was you were placating John. You were using John. And you thought John wouldn't catch on. On top of that, you want to say that you had this mysterious conversation with Frankie Loke, saying that if you guys got out, that he wanted to be the one to pull the trigger. That's why the man stood up in court and said, if there was more men like John Gotti, we'd be better off. That's someone that's planning to do a hit with you? Come on, Sammy. You did the ultimate betrayal. And you did that because you knew that the fireworks that they had behind that on the original indictment, Phil Leonetti would have buried you. And you know that. Not only that, you have to place you and Gotti at the murder scene just so you can get away with that murder. So, you're not the tough guy that you want to portray yourself as. And let's get it straight. You are a nobody without John Gotti. Yes, you were a tough guy. Yes, you took care of things on the streets. But when it came down to face the music, you turned into a bitch. And that's straight up. So, you know, you had no right to flip. You know what you signed up for. You took an oath and you went against it. Then you want to blame John Gotti, saying that he broke rules. What rules did he break? The same rules that Gambino broke? Gambino had his hands in the disappearance of Vincent Mangano. He also had the failed attempt on Frank Costello. He also had his hands in on Willie Moretti. He also had his hands in on Albert Anastasia. So don't tell me that he broke some rule and that's why all this came down. You know, you want to sit there and say that you were telling him to reel it in and be more low profile. It's pretty funny. If that's really the case, why are you in every photo with him? Man, Sammy, get your story straight. You're just like Michael Francis. You guys can't separate the lies. And I'm here to call you guys out on it. Everybody doesn't like to touch that gray zone, that middle zone where the truth lies. So, what you got to do is you got to man up to what you did. And that's that. You broke an oath. You ain't no true gangster. You're a wannabe. You're a snitch. John Gotti took it on the chin like a man. And then you want to say that John Gotti needed you? John Gotti didn't need you. You needed John Gotti. And don't think for 1 second that anyone does not believe that you did not have your hands in on the hit on Frankie DeChico. All right? His own uncle even says that you had something to do with it. Sammy, your MO is very simple. When someone had something you wanted, something that you had and you wanted it, if you couldn't get it from them the right way, you would take it by force. So just think about it. You are a nobody without John Gotti. And John Gotti's biggest mistake was he broke his own rule. He did time with someone that had not done any time. So at the end of the day, you're not a true gangster. John is. Now, I might catch a lot of heat for this, and a lot of people might say I'm a fanboy. I don't give a damn what any of y'all think. I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm bringing you the mob history, straight up, the mob kings and the infamous rats. And it's sad that a rat that killed a child, that knew he was involved in drug dealings before he got busted in Arizona because of the Patsy Conte letter and also the stuff with Anthony Gaspipe Casso. They want to rip up other people's agreements because it would make you look bad. But, like I said, we were going to keep this short and simple. This is more to find out where people sit at. Do they agree that you betrayed John Gotti? Or do they disagree with you betraying John Gotti? And don't forget, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, don't forget about Jules Car Wash. Always leaving your car's showroom fine. And if you're ever hungry and you're in the area and you want some great pizza, don't forget about Hungry Howie's Pizzas and Subs. Even if you love barbecue, we got that too. Barbecues, serving the Tampa Bay area. So, till next time, Frankie the Belt, Mob Kings and Infamous Rats, and we out.